Hey Manor, hope you're doing well.
Hi, Manor.
It's Dan and Liz, and we just thought we would share a few thoughts about what's going on. And
Yeah.
Liz has a verse that she'd like to read to you and some thoughts.
Now, I want to read you what I wrote when I was going through a hard time with my mom passing away 15 years ago and the situation we're in now with the crisis. Is to hold on to God's promises. It will help you in times of suffering. I wait patiently for you, Lord. Hold tight to the promises of God. Don't give up. Read Psalm 27, 1-4. The Lord is my light and my salvation. So why should I be scared? The Lord protects me from danger. So why should I tremble? When evil people come to destroy me, when my enemies and foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. Though a mighty army surrounds me, my heart will know no fear. Sorry. Even if they attack me, I remain confident. The one thing I ask of the Lord, the thing I seek most, is to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, delighting in the Lord's perfections and meditating in his temple.
Just want to have a few thoughts I'd like to say and update you about what's going on. And as I've been praying and just kind of thinking and dwelling on what's been happening, I've really come and realized this is that this is a time manner for us to lean into our cultural moment. And if there's one thing I could say to us as a church right now, it's that we don't miss the moment that God has provided to us. Our fearful world right now needs a fearless church that points to a faithful Jesus. Friends, the world is scared, and we have a message that goes beyond the uncertainty to the one who is certain. I just want to read this verse that came across, written in Jeremiah to the people of Israel who were in exile. And it says this, Jeremiah 29, verse 7. But seek the welfare of the city I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on its behalf, for its welfare is your welfare. Friends, as the world tailspins into uncertainty, we have this amazing chance to rise above the crazy and seek the welfare of Ghost Pine and the surrounding area. We have a chance to intercede and seek its good, for its welfare is our welfare. We have a chance to speak of a certain God and one that holds an anchor that no matter of wealth or health will ever provide. We have to remember, friends, at times like this, that the church is not a people or a place, or that the church is a people, not a place, and it's a people on mission, defined not by fear or anxiety, but by the opportunity for us to be salt and light. And so, Manor, I just want to call you out to rise above the fear, and I'm asking us as a church to look beyond our own walls and to take the mantle of a missionary to our own community. I get to teach religious ed every week, and I can tell you for certain that there are children and there are parents who are living in this community who do not know Jesus. It's a generation of people that don't, and we have a chance to speak in Him. And God invites us to share the good news of Jesus, to trust in Him rather than worry or panic. So, with that being said, there are a few ways that I think we could do that. That I love to give for you to try. I'd love for you to try. Number one, we want to offer homebound help. There are a number of people in our church and in the Ghost Pine community who have self-isolated, and we see this as a big we see this as a chance to bring hope and light. So Lynette has offered to coordinate people in our community who need help and people who want to offer help to our community. So this might include stuff like encouraging those who might be quarantined with a phone call, or perhaps going to get groceries or picking up some subscriptions. If you want to help in that way, give Lynette a call. Or if you need help, don't hesitate to call Lynette either, and we will try to find someone to help you out. The other option is you can invite someone to live stream the service. Like, due to all the rules that are happening right now in Alberta, we have decided that we will live stream the service. And we understand that there's plenty of churches you could choose from to live stream. Uh, but we just want to see this as an opportunity for you to invite people to church who wouldn't normally come to church. It's sort of like a baby step to take. So we'll be taking in a couple Sundays, and we'll be actually talking a little bit about how different things about the coronavirus that has brought up. So I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit. The other option is you could share your story. With so many people giving into uncertainty, this is a great time for those of us who have dealt with fear to share the stories about how God has met us in our fear. So here's what I'd like you to do. Grab your phone or grab the keyboard and tell us about a time that you were afraid and share how God helped you through it. And you can do one of two things. You can either send it to me and I will post it on the church website as a way of testimony, or if you prefer, you can do it through your own social media threads. But whatever, use this opportunity to share about how God meets you in your fear. The other option to do is we have an online prayer group. We'll be meeting on March 19th at 1900 hours, so COVID-19. And we're just to pray for people in the community. If you want to go online and check that out, that'll be at manorgospel.com. And I'd love to be able to pray with you online about that. Following all the midweek activities, we've just decided to suspend all the midweek activities. This is something that we'll be looking at on a weekly basis, and so make sure to check back with that. And lastly, we have a really cool opportunity to use the live stream as a way to outreach into the community of Ghost Pine. So with that being said, we're going to talk about different issues that we might be facing because of the self-isolation. So the first one actually has to do with boredom and just being still. We're going to talk about how God has provided a Sabbath rest for the entire world. We'll be looking at how we've gone from a state in our culture where we're just so busy to a place where we just stop, and we want to look at that and what God's word says to that. So be there for that. Also, we're going to be talking about dealing with conflict. And we realize that just because you're self-isolating doesn't mean that your relationships with the people that you're self-isolating with are going to be frictionless. In fact, self-isolation might actually cause relational isolation. And we're going to be looking about how to survive isolating with your family and friends without killing each other. So you want to stay tuned to that. And lastly, we want to talk about uncertainty. I know that right now there's so many questions that we have to answer. Like some of us, like you realize that your retirement fund is just like burning in a sea of fear, and some of you might be without work. But we just want to speak to that and what God has to that. So we're going to talk about the different things that that brings up. So Manor, let's rise up. Let's use this opportunity to share the gospel. And you can do that through helping homebound people, through sharing your testimony online, through inviting someone to service, or inviting them to stream the message series that we're going to be talking about. All right, Manor, I love you. God bless. And stay faithful to Jesus. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.